All right, Lincoln Mitchell here. Let's get into this trade real quick here. Um, this is what I have put this morning. I said the Dragon is looking for 1232, right? Then I said if it hits 1260 before it hits 32, sell at 1260, stop loss, close above 67. Now let me show y'all something very important. See, that's where a lot of people get burnt. Now, I'm gonna be like one of my dudes on Facebook. What is that, Hoshbar? He always says, he said, "What are you, a time traveler?" He always asks me. He said, "Lincoln, what you a time traveler?" He said, "Because I swear you see things nobody else sees." And what the reason being, a lot of times you have, to me, I think it's a shakeout. That's my part. Let me see if I can pull this guy up. I like giving people. I can't even find him. He's on here somewhere though. Don't send me a message here. Oh, okay, I can't see him. I don't know where he at. But he always asked, he said, "What are you, a time traveler? How do you know that was going to recoil before it hit the price?" Well, the reason why I assumed that, I didn't know it. I assumed it, and the reason because it's too obvious. Sometimes if a trade is that obvious, you got to ask yourself, what's the catch to it? Now, you're gonna say, "Well, Lincoln, if that's the case, then how do you know it was going to go back up to 1260?" I didn't. I just know that is one of the strongest supports. Yeah, supports, resistance, whatever it is. You know, that's just one of the strongest resistance. That's it. So most of the time, a trade will recoil back to one of the resistance or supports and touch it before it goes to its target, like that. You see what I'm saying? Didn't I say that was going to happen? Now, the scary part that everybody misses, and this is why I'm making this video, this is the very, very scary part of this trade, y'all. Yes, all the targets are here, right there. All the targets, every last one of them are there. But when was those targets created? Y'all got to understand that. That's very important. Different sessions hold different timelines. You got to understand that, man. I really don't know why nobody has made a video on that yet. Different sessions have different price actions. You got to be careful when you're dealing with the America price action between that 8 a.m. to 4. You got to be real careful about the outside sessions. I'm telling you, you will get burnt on that. I'm telling you. That's why sometimes when them guys swing trade, they just walk the hell away. Because the American section just kind of throw all kind of little different little, how would you say, loopholes in the game. So you got to be real careful when you do that. Be very, very careful. So now that's why I didn't take this trade yet. That's right. Now most people say, "Well, damn man, I called it." Look when I called this trade. I could have got some money out of that trade. I could have got some money when I called this trade. Look where the price is at. I called it up here and it went all the way down to 38. So when I called it, let's say right here, 44 too. Let's say 44. So at 44, I called this and it went all the way down to 636. So technically, I could have made, what's that, 8 pips, somewhere around that vicinity. And then if I would have got it at 42, I could have made 6 pips. I did not take that trade because it was too obvious. You see this counter right here, people? You get a counter like this that just dropped down, man, you better be ready for a recoil. I mean, you better be ready for a recoil. So what you want to do is you want to use your Fibonacci. I don't need to use a Fibonacci. I can, for some reason, I've always just been real good at eyeballing the price. And no, I did not use a Fibonacci. I did not use the Fibonacci here to come up with this 60. But let's put it there. Now let's zoom into it. Well, it's not giving me that my damn retracement lines on this. Hold on, let's see if I do it. Okay. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. So where we at? 50% right there. This is 50%. See there? Right at that 60. I didn't need it. I kind of could look at it and tell. So that's where we at. Do not enter that trade into that point. Now, somebody gonna say, well, Lincoln, why not have the stop loss here? Why not have the stop loss here? You have your stop loss. I have my stop loss at 67. Why? I'm going to tell you two reasons. I'm going to tell you two reasons why. First reason is this. There's another strong resistance right there. That's what I told you. There's another strong price line right there. You better be careful. Second reason is once that starts to get over 75% of a Fibonacci, you better start worrying about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm that is, you start talking about that type of retracement, that means this candle has a good chance of getting engulfed. But now remember, you got to worry about them sessions, people. I'm telling you, man, that session, it will burn you. It will burn you. I'm telling you, especially when you're dealing with the American session. When you're dealing with that American session, I'm telling you, you better watch it. Be real careful on that one. That's it for now. Lincoln Mitchell. Catch up with y'all. Bye. Sorry about that. But see where's that? It's right at my 60. Just like I said. Right at that 60. 7 ticks away. Not 7. I don't know what that is. Points. Not that wouldn't be points. I don't know what it is. But it's less than half a pip away. So it's going to hit that 60. I did jump in this trade. I should have waited. I didn't get much out of it. I think I got 1 pip. But what happened was when I jumped into it right here, and I seen this one right here, it scared me. I took 1 pip and got off the table. I should have waited, because my target really is still, remember, the main target is on the bottom. The main target is on the bottom. But that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all have to watch those sessions. You have to watch those sessions. Those sessions change their price action. I'm telling you, they do. Believe me, anybody who tells you differently ain't trading as hard as, most of these guys are. It's at our 50% Fibonacci, just look like we said. Well, I said, I guess, because I'm by myself. So I'm going to wait for a while. I want to see what's going to happen in this area here. Some people don't run a 10 minute. I like the 10 minute because the 10 minute gives me just a little bit with the 5 and the 15. But if somebody says they're too close, they're right. Those time frames are just so close, it's ridiculous. So you don't really have to do that. I do it because I can understand it better. But you don't have to do that. So I'm looking for a record to come back and hit this purple line and jump up under this purple line, and that should give me down to here. But I needed to get up under this line right here. So I needed to get up under here. That might be a wrong line. That might not be the right line. That's a good line. That's a good line, boss. So that's what I'm waiting on now. I'm going to see what's going to happen. It hit that 60. My plans were to take the 60 and sell it. That was my plans. But what I'm afraid of now is the strength. I'm afraid of the strength. I can swing trade this for a while, and that's probably what I might do. I don't really swing trade, but if I would have sold it, it ain't hit that 60 yet. So it got to hit that line right there before I even touch it. The Achilles heel in my strategy. The Achilles heel in my strategy is I'm ex-military. I was born a military brat. So things have to be precise for me. Now, you don't have to do that. I love precise. I love precision. I believe when they're doing these algorithms with these trading, it is precise. So that's why I'm not moving until I see 60. I will not move until I see 60. Not 59.9. Not 56. I'm not 59.8. I will not move until I see exactly 60 on the head. On the head. If you follow me, you know that's all I do. When I call prices, I call the prices to the exact 67. I call them to the exact dime on the head. Took long enough, 63, 09, I call it. Now the tick, I'm not too worn about. That little last little tick or whatever you want to call it, last little point, I'm not worn about it. The half a tick or whatever they call it, the half a pip. I'm not worn about that, but I am worn about the 2 digits. I'm worn about these last 2 digits here. Those last 2 digits there, I am worn about that. So when I got my trade, and my trade has, this trade says, oh, that is 59. So that was a good entry. My mistake. I was not paying attention. I could have sworn that was 60. That's 59. So that would have been a good entry because that's 59. So that should have been a good entry. I could have ticked that trade right there. I should have. Now let me start looking at prep and see what's going on around here. But that's it. That's for that one. I'm going to see what's going to happen next. Bye. All right, this is part 3 to that video. I thought I was going to be done with this video. And I keep making it coming back. Okay, let's get through. Now, y'all remember early in this video, come on, I'm trying to pull it over. Sorry about that. We said do this and go up and so forth. I could close out my I thought I closed out my station. I did. We said if it hits, you know, then that's where you're going to sell it. Remember we said sell it at 60. If it closes above 67, that's going to be your stop loss. So let's get back to it. That's just to refresh you what's been going on. Okay, this trade played out exactly as we thought it was going to play. It went up. It hit that 60. Bam. Hit that 60 line. It comes up here. Now, what happened? What about that 67? 67? Aha. It never. Oh, man. I hate when that does that. Give me a second to come back up. It crashed on me. While we're waiting for that. Okay, there we go. Okay, now what happened? I said if it closed above, remember, it has to close above. That's why I told y'all, don't, if it, see there? And remember, didn't I tell y'all in that video earlier? I said, remember, there was an area right here at 67. I said that. Okay, now let's get back to this thing. What's going on happened? Now, I already hit this trade twice. I hit it going up. Like I told you, I got one. And I hit it coming down, and I got just a little bit too again. This should fall out. But what's happening now is the session is going to end. The session is about to end. So, but let's get back to the 67. You notice it went up. It never closed above 67. Bam. Now, everybody who took this trade should be 5 pips good right now. And they may be getting some more. I mean, I need to tell you, matter of fact, while I'm texting that, let me say get out. I'm out. Let me say get out this trade right now. And the reason why I am getting out of this trade now, I mean, I'm already out of the trade anyway, but, and this is about where I got out. The reason why I'm getting out of this trade right now is because the session is ending. I hate going into other sessions. I really do. You know, I'm saying I'm taking profit. All right, so I like to play within sessions, people. I hate playing out the sessions. There's nothing wrong. I'm sorry. Still, we're gonna say this still looks good. Okay, so we're done with that. We're done. Now, reason why I'm getting out of that, because the session is about to end and I'm about to go do something anyway with my wife. She took off today. So I'm relax and enjoy my time with her today. So we're done with that. Now, when them sessions end, a lot of times I get out of that. That still looks good for the swing traders. It still looks good, and there's nothing wrong with staying in it. For me, I don't do sessions. Once one session ends, if I don't get what I want out of that session, I'm done. I very seldom swing trade. This is still a good swing trade. Remember, we're trying to get down to 30, the 32, but it's still a good swing trade. And now this is it for that video. That's the conclusion. It did exactly as we said it was going to do. It went up and hit that 60 before. That's what we said. Hit the 60. Then we said as long as it stay on the 67, you're good to go. And it's coming down. So we're good to go. All right. That's it for that one, people. See y'all.